Right. So, anyways, me kind of know say a lot of people don't even know what I've been through, or a lot of people are probably wondering how I came about this revelation. So, let me just go in depth with my personal story. Um, Basically, at 11, because I stated before, 11, abuse, all of that. So I decided not to deal with that. I just said, okay, my little sister born me, get one little sister, so I'm just going to just forget all of that and just not deal with that. You understand? And then after that, it's like I just kept on going through, and the older I got, the more bad things started happening because of the bad decision that I made to not address the 11-year-old thing, to not like tell anybody, because I decided not to tell it or talk about it. I brought that with me throughout my entire life. So every experience, every energy that I've encountered with, I brought that with me with them, because in the back of my mind, I neglected that. I didn't want to deal with that, so I just said, okay, I'm not gonna talk about that. I'm not gonna think about that. I'm not meds that, You understand what I say? I'm not meds it, and that just became so easy to do. You understand? It became so easy to not meds it. Because when I go about that, take up all the stress upon myself, me not pressure my brain. You get me? And that is what the devil uses to control you. Things like that. Things like that control you. People um people look at situations a bit different from me, to be honest. I think I look at situations really different. And you know why? Because I'll say, all right, I don't think of the devil as a person or as an image. Excuse me. I don't think I'm sick. I'm a bit under the weather. I don't think of situations as normal people would think about it. So I don't see God as one image, and I don't see the devil as the little red man. You understand? Like, yes, sometimes, but I see it both ways. So I don't see it as just an image. I see the devil through actions. So I can acknowledge the devil's presence through your reoccurring actions and everything that keeps you in the cycle that you're stuck in. Yep. Crazy. Crazy girl. You crazy, crazy girl. Listen, guys, I'm the type of person who uses TikTok phrases, okay, daily. So if you're not with that, then oh, you get me? But yeah. So it's really one way to defeat all of this, though. Not to switch off topic for too long. Sometimes I have to switch off to gather the thoughts and come back. But yeah, it's not it's not that, like, it's one thing you can look at. So anything that you can use excessively, anything you use excessively, that is what the devil uses to control you. That's basically what I'm saying. Anything that you use. So if you smoke a lot of weed and you just feel like you're gonna dead if you not smoke weed 24/7, 25/8, you want to smoke weed, the devil will use it to control you if your mind and your heart is not clean and pure. You have to have a clean mind and you have to have a pure heart, meaning you not have no bad intentions for nobody, regardless. What me say? I'm sorry. My brother is gonna be so annoyed because he must say that annoying me yet when they say what me say. I don't care. I'm not gonna change for you. Nope. Yeah. Anyways, as I stated before, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So if you put your belief system in things that you know can lead to a downward spiraling for your life, then the devil will use it to control you. So drug. My whole community know about drugs and me. Everybody know say everybody know my situation. If you know me, you know my situation. Me not even have to say 40. You understand what I say? Yeah. So drugs. Me have a whole heap of experience in that because my father used drugs. Everybody know that. That's no secret. That's no secret. You understand what I say? So everybody know that. So me have first hand experience in that. So friends, family members, I'm sorry, but I have been like learning and studying so much just basically from 11 years old coming up just to identify different types of trauma responses so I can come up with a strategic plan to assist children to not remain stuck in the same cycle. I don't know if I really hope a lot of people understand what I'm saying. If you are at a certain place in your life where you are not feeling content, if you are not content, you're stuck. That is just the harsh truth and the harsh reality. Two things in the world, it's good or bad, negative or positive energy. That's just it. So if you want to think about anything else and oh this and that and vanity and if you want to think about anything else, then that's your problem. That is your problem. But I am telling you, it's either you're going to be negative or you're going to be positive. And if you choose neither, you will be stuck until you decide to go the direction you want to go. You will be stuck. And why are we stuck? Everybody is stuck. Everybody is stuck in 9 to 5 mentality. I hate 9 to 5 so much. Me just stop work completely. Me stop work completely because you know why? I in the streets of Montego Bay, Jamaica. Me take up myself and go as a little young girl. A little country girl, St. Elizabeth, Junction St. Elizabeth country girl, me take up my little self. Say me I got a mobile. Go live. Brother, me never know say. Me did strong so. Heart of a lion, me I tell you, brother. Take up myself, me I tell you. But I actually, it's one of the best and one of the worst things that happened to me. But I am not going to dwell on the negativities of the experience. I'm going to dwell on the positive aspect of the experience so that I can assist other people with not being stuck. Just not being stuck. Just unstuck yourself. Unstuck. Because you know what? The biggest problem is, let me tell you the biggest issue is, there is so much potential in Jamaicans. We have so much potential. We are so educated. We have all the keys to success. And it's like we are ignoring the fact we don't want it. And you know why? Because we allow certain little traits, little habits, bad habits to hinder us from proceeding and doing what we want to do. We allow the habits. We allow the habits to control us. Because it feels better to take a sniff or take a lick or go have sex or go to a party or just drink a whole heap of alcohol. It feels better to do that than to actually go back and sit with the problem that you have in the first place. It's easier to just go ahead and just like not deal with that. Why do you think so many murderers are in Jamaica? It's easier to bust up somebody head. It's easier for bust a cap in a somebody head than for go back to where you used to go. You got through in a life as a ghetto youth. You go back as a ghetto. You know how mentally traumatic it is for a man to get sexually abused. You know how mentally traumatic it is for a man to be sexually abused or to be stuck in a spiral. I see it so much in these young boys. They are so stuck in, like, especially the sexual abuse part. They're so stuck in that part. They're so stuck because they allow their desires to control them. Chronic loss. So you can't weak to the flesh and buy nails and buy braids. And when I sing to the song, them are still weak to the flesh and buy nails and buy braids. That no mean say enough to buy nails and buy braids. That no mean say enough to buy it, don't get me wrong, Because if you know me, you know I know. You understand? Don't get me wrong, that no mean that. It just means say enough is stuck. And the fact of the matter is, you see, if you remain yourself to be stuck, if you did not go back to that trauma, if you did not go back to the trauma response and you remain stuck, you're weak. And I just said the truth. I just said the truth, and just you're weak, and I just that. And like thinking back now, I realize that probably my friend them really hate me for truth, Jesus Christ. Because I didn't understand that they didn't really pre things the way I did. So most of the times I just went through my life dumbing down myself to make them feel a little bit more comfortable. But I've always been analytical about everything because I choose to be practical in every situation because why not be practical? Be practical but have faith. You understand what I'm saying? You have to have the balance, the yin and the yang, the good and the bad. So sometimes I'll just like, okay, I wonder what would happen or how this person would feel if, you understand? So sometimes we just say some things because it's easy to identify the trauma. That's what I'm saying. It's just easy to identify the trauma. And I cannot explain how I do it, but it's really easy to identify trauma in people because they're telling you everything that a person is going to do. They tell you before they do it. Because Jamaicans like to disrespect people in joke forms. So everything that they're gonna say to you, they're gonna say, your head big like, and they're dissing you. And then they're laughing about it. And then they're like, oh, you're too serious. You take things too serious. But it's not about taking things too serious. It's because I identified a trauma in you. I identified it. The fact of the matter is, whether you want like it or not, if you behave too childish, something did happen to you in your childhood where you don't want to go back to. If you laugh off everything, if you can't have a serious conversation, if you can't hold a meds, if you can't hold a meds with none of your friend them, and if none of your friend them don't know nothing about you, to be honest, if not even one of your friend them can say, damn, me never know, say, me know one friend will experience that. If none of your friend them can no know nothing about you, that means you're stuck. You're stuck in a one spiral and you're using a trauma response to disguise it. But most of the times, you're not using a good trauma response. So you're not trying to make the right decision. And that is what is going to keep you stuck and keep you not moving forward. So basically, what I did to control my trauma is, instead of dwelling in the fact, because I think about it and it's like, oh my God, that happened to me. I was raped at 11. I feel so sad. I feel so sad and like, why me, God? Why did this happen to me? Yada yada yada. But then again, like, after I got over that little phase, because I'm like, yo, I'm not sit down and meds this still, so awa. So awa if it happened to you. You never did, it was not your fault. You understand? You have to be practical in the situation and think about it. Was it really your fault? No, it's never your fault. Guys, it's never your fault. Children, it is never your fault. Anything that happened to you when you were younger, if you got abused, sexually abused, if your mother used to disrespect you and cuss you off, if your father used to disrespect you and cuss you off, if your granny, nobody never love you, feel like nobody never love you, it still is not your fault. It's not your fault, okay? That's number one. That's the number one thing you have to realize, that it's never your fault. And even if you're a victim of anything that happened to you, you cannot allow yourself to be victimized by that. So even if somebody do anything to you, never ever stop being yourself. Still follow yourself and still love yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to love yourself. You cannot run around and feel like, oh, other people are going to love you the way how you deserve to be loved. Because in all honesty, real and truth and fact, nobody will ever, ever love you the way you love yourself. Nobody will ever, ever do that. Because nobody has the mindset that you have. Nobody will push you to do the things that you want to do. So it's from within. So you have to love yourself. You have to. Most of my friends them probably think say, ha ha ha, Jaja. Them probably think some of that chip out now. Our so-called friends, them probably think more that chip out now, gone, mud out. After I wanna poison me. After me go on my beer. Listen to me telling you my story. Story time. Make a crap this and put it on TikTok. Yeah. But jump out and say, I jump out and go to call center, go live a man take a beer and thing and thing and thing. Used to live with some people, stop live with some people and start jump out, do things by myself. Because to be honest, I've always been a loner and working. Look at me, Jesus. I've always been a loner and working with people just never worked for me, because as soon as somebody around me start get stuck, me start to realize and identify them trauma, and like me always try to help them to overcome it, but them never ask me to help them. Yeah. So sometimes like me do it in a way like one indirect and crafty way for them to like kind of just, okay, identify this now. Yeah, talk about this, not tell me about this. Me will talk to you about it. Like just for free now. I give one me services for free. And sometimes some of them they listen and they and it work, but sometimes some of them just kind of really stuck and they don't really want to talk about that right now. And me understand, and that are the lesson where that are the hardest lesson me did have to learn before I can you know overcome anything. That is one of the hardest lessons I had to learn, that you cannot fix everybody. You can help, you can assist, you can carry the donkey, guard the well, but you cannot force the donkey to drink the water. That did touch me so hard. That licked me at that touched me so hard for my friends and my family say. Like me can bring them to a point and say, okay then I'm identifying that this is your problem and make we work through this. But the fact of the matter is, if that person, that friend or whomever, does not want to pass that stage, does not want to go over that threshold, you can't drag them over there. Because if you drag them over there, they're going to go back. they're going to revert. So no matter what you think, they're going to revert as long as they're not mentally ready to see the bigger picture and think outside of the box. You have to think outside of the box. A lot of people are just thinking inside of the box, or they're putting themselves in a box, putting themselves in a cage, putting themselves in a circle. Let me show you differently what I'm talking about. Let's go to religion. Christians. You know how much stylish people they are church, and they get so criticized because their style and their sense of fashion is a bit whirlian, as one would express. It's a bit whirlian, all because of what? The rules and confinements that the religion of Christianity has placed upon everything else. So it places you into a box. It puts you into a box. So it's like a decision that the youth have to make, and they don't understand that that is not necessarily so. So I am here to explain and express to you guys that that is not necessarily so. So if even if you want to go to church and you're a Christian and you believe in God, you can still go to church and you can still be very expressive and have style and swagger and fashion and have standards. It's okay. A lot of things a lot of people want to indulge in, and they feel as if it is going to control them. But it's only going to control you if it controls you. And everybody mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. And if you did something wrong or something bad happened to you, it happened to you already. And there's nothing that you can do to change the experience. The past is just the past, and you're just going to have to live with it. But when you live with the past, what are you going to do? Are you going to allow that past to suck you in for you to not go back to any trauma that happened to you, any abuse, anything that made you feel bad as a kid, and you say, me not deal with this, and I put on that in a car. You know, the pressure. The pressure is getting worse. And I say, me nah take out the pressure then, because pressure bust pipe. And my song that, me used to sing that. Pressure bust pipe. So me just say, you know what, me not deal with that. And just because me not deal with it, me carry it with me and everything, and me I wonder why my life I go downward spiral. And everybody I wonder why Jamaica now go upward, why nothing good now happen in Jamaica. Really? That's crazy. Me not understand why I wonder how necessary that happen. Look how much look how much drug addict. Look how much drug addict and homeless people there on the street of Jamaica where people are called mad. And the man them not mad. Look how much drug addict and homeless people. Just people wanna have no home, just people wanna have nowhere to live, And them clothes dirty. And they frozen, and they not beer, and they not have no food, they not have money. They not have nothing. They stuck. They stuck. Look how much stuck people are walk up and down in a dirty clothes. And look how much stuck people are walk up and down in a clean clothes. Because mind your things, see a dirty clothes alone, make sure shows the people stuck. Please don't ever you think that. Don't think that. And right now, I can tell you that I can do a survey in the big bad town of Montego Bay, Jamaica, and I can prove, I can show 5 people to you that I have spoken to, had conversations with, who are people would class them as madman. Mad, what me say? People would class these people as mad men, and most of the times these people are just stuck because the pressure busting at them head, and then they couldn't speak about it. They couldn't speak about the trauma. Nobody would listen to them, or So it's either nobody would listen to them, and it just decide to forget about it. It just decide to forget about it, and you pick up some bad habit. Now, a lot of people who are successful know that they would put their energy into positive things. So that is what really, that's the threshold there. That's the threshold in becoming, or in actually or really becoming whatever it is that you want to be in life. That is the threshold. And until you pass that threshold, you will never, ever, ever be able to be successful. You have to have faith in God and faith in yourself and love. It's faith and love. It's faith and love, and that's it. That's it, to be honest. You have to have faith in God, and you have to be a loving person. And a lot of persons are going to be probably a bit judgmental, but listen to me. Fancy for no see me, brother. A lot of people are going to be judgmental about me because I'm not like, oh, church goer girl. Every day I'm going to every Sunday I'm going to church and I'm going to go to party. If you know me, I party. Okay, me go party. Because all the time is a try my response. Me not even like go party. Me hate go party. But me just go on one party just figure out one party. We say, okay then. Can't manage a pressure, you know, somebody just go on one party. Enough people do that. Nightlife. A lot of people do that nightlife, but I don't want to do that type of nightlife anymore. I want to get paid nightlife. You understand? I don't want to do that type of nightlife. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that, honestly. I want to get paid nightlife. So I'll party, but I want to get paid. I'm tired. You understand what I say? Jaja, I'm going to tell you. But back to the goal, back to the purpose, back to the fact of the matter, and back to the whole video in itself, in its essence. These children do not have anybody to talk to because everybody is hush, 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 hush. So basically, after me start work and thing, right? Me I work, stop work. Say me I go turn hairdresser in the town of Montego Bay. Jump out and start turn hairdresser. One of friend them bad mind me and sabotage me. And say me just say, you know what, me I fling in the towel, me I give up on that. And that never enough. Them poison me. Them poison me. From them bring some food, come give me. From me eat the food. From me eat the food. Me no want go no work. Me can't move. Me just a ball every day. Every day and me I get up on a ball. Me chest out. And me I say, like me I fight it because me I say, yo, who this? Who this man? And I me this. Because I know what I'm like. Everything that I've been through, I know exactly what I'm like. Call it cocky if you will. I know what I'm like. Me I go attack. Me I go attack full force. So people are going to think I'm too rough or whatever. But me not care. Me go attack it because me can't make you win. Me can't make the devil win. Me cannot make the devil win. So me I go attack it full force, full speed ahead. Can't make the devil use that for control me. And star, you're mad. So basically, that for the youths, them is like, then because everybody, if something bad happen to you, it come like say you don't have to say nothing about it. You don't have to talk about it because I mean some family image now are gonna get affected because a lot of people are gonna be insulted, if you may, because they think that you're gonna try to bring down their family image. But the fact of the matter is everybody is stuck in the cycle. Majority of people are stuck in the cycle. If you're jealous, if you're bad mind, if you hate, if you're a thief, you're stuck. It don't really matter anything where you want. If you're addicted to sex, you're stuck. It no matter what you want to think, it no matter what you want to say. And me really don't care what you want to think or say either. You're just stuck. So a bag of stuck people me go encounter with bag of stuck people, and no matter how me I try pour into these people, because I'm this type of person, you see. If none of my friend them ever come to you and tell them say me no pour into them, I lie them I tell. I lie them I tell. Because me go and mobby and come back and the people them when me there run a business. People not and not even some of them established, because me love keep established people friends, because I mean motivation, you need that in your life. Stick around people who are doing things that you want to do. Talk to people who are doing things that you want to do. Get into your community. You have to learn how to network and use the resources that you have in order to get what you want. This is what I implore to my friends. This is how I speak to my friends. You think I'm like, a lot of people are gonna say, oh my God, Lord God, she brave and she just come out and attack. So this is how I talk. This is how I am 24/7. I'm just being myself. So I decided to just be myself, because everybody is trying to not want me to be myself. Because I almost died 2 times, and last week I almost died 2 times last week. So everybody's like not wanting me to be myself, and that's crazy. Like, because those experiences happened to me, those near close to death experiences occur, that I should just give up and throw in the towel. Are you crazy? I am not throwing in any towel. I am cutting up that towel and turn it into a stamp and wearing it on my head, because it is not working. You have to see the bigger picture. Please view the bigger picture. You have to view the bigger picture. This is gonna be like a long, well, not really long still, probably 45 minutes. It's gonna take a long for upload. But yes, so the main purpose of me posting this here is, just to help and assist and to identify or help the government of Jamaica, because me not see it being identified in a country. Why are only the two little town them, Kingston and Montego Bay, and them the place they scary, nobody no one got them the place there. And it's like the most like business areas and all of those stuff, like you guys put the help there alone and ignore the rest of the rest of the country, because I can't even tell, there's not even a rehabilitation center in Junction, St. Elizabeth. A drug rehabilitation center is there. I'm not aware of that. I never heard anything about that. I know there's a woman's center. There's no drug rehabilitation center in St. Elizabeth. And get this, I'm not aware of none in Black River, because let's face it, Black River is just like, Black River is despicable. St. Elizabeth is genuine. Anyways, and St. Elizabeth is so nice. Breadbasket parish of Jamaica, flat, pretty road. St. Elizabeth just give a different feeling. When they come at St. you feel calm. You feel just zen. In St. Elizabeth is so nice. Nice people. People will help you. Nobody not rob you. Nobody not kill you. That is what I'm used to from St. Elizabeth. And no help, no dear St. Elizabeth, because it's just chill. Everybody laid back. Everybody laid back. Nobody now push out for do nothing like too much. You understand?